Just want to do a very simple tutorial prototype on an AI clinical scribe using Medgemma. Clinical scribes are really taking off right now in medicine. We're using them in the clinic, and I wanted to make a very simple Colab here where you can play with a prototype AI clinical scribe. Obviously, the ones that are used in practice are much more involved in this, but this will give you a little bit of a chance to play. So once again, this is a takeoff from the original notebook put out by Google. And if you want to go to the original notebook, you can go here, but I've made modifications to that. And if you want to learn more about the Medgemma model, go ahead and go to the developer site right here. So first step is, and I've already run all the code here, so I won't run through it here, is to load up your Hugging Face token. Make sure you've gone over to Hugging Face and set up a token. Should be named HF underscore token, and then click on your secrets, add it there, and you'll be able to use it. Next step is you have to install some basic dependencies. Next, you need to load up the model. As I said, we're going to use the Google Medgemma-4B-IT model. So go ahead and load that up, and we'll be using this Colab. Make sure your Colab is set up so that you're using one of the T4 GPU hosted runtimes from Google, which is free. It'll run a lot faster. If you run with the CPU, it's going to be incredibly slow. Next step is use a transformers function and load up pipeline so you can get your model running. All this takes a little bit of time. But once you've done that, you've gotten to really meat the code. So I didn't actually create the actual true audio transcript. So instead of actually doing audio transcript, I've actually just went ahead using Gemini 2.5 Pro. I put in a prompt and asked it to create a transcript for me of a hypothetical clinical scenario where a patient comes in, complains of sore throat. And so this is the transcript that it created. I had to edit that lightly, but you can go ahead and play with this and edit it if you want. But go ahead and use this transcript. It's truly completely hypothetical. But let's go ahead and use that. And then you have to really create your own system prompt. Now this actual prompt is actually really critical. You have to really play with this a bit. I played with it a little bit, and this one works pretty good. And it was actually not working so great, so I just added a little bit extra here at the end. Make this section easy to read, just like a paragraph. So even though I had put in here, back in here, make it easy to read like a paragraph, the actual output looked pretty terrible actually. And so I had to put that in a second time. So please play with this. That's what I'd like you to do. And create your own system prompt and maybe even change your transcript as well and see what different outputs you get. So here is the system instruction, which I mentioned above is going to be MA, where you're a medical assistant with these criteria that you're going to create a note. The prompt is going to be TS, which is going to be up here, which is the transcript. And you can go ahead and edit that if you want as well. This will then create that transcript and then feed that transcript into your system instruction, which is your medical assistant that's going to actually write your note for you. This last piece of code actually is where the code is actually run. It takes about 51 seconds to run, so I won't go through that, but you just take a look at this note. It's actually, I'd actually say it's actually pretty good. I mean, I wrote this code in just, I don't know, easy in an afternoon or so, less than an afternoon, and able to create a relatively reasonable SOAP note. So go ahead and play with this. Go ahead, and I would say the main modifications you want to do is try to create some different templates, or go ahead and go to Gemini, or go ahead and make your own clinic note that you think would make sense. Maybe just take this note and make some changes and see how those changes show up in the actual note later on. Go ahead and play with this part and see if you can modify your system prompt and see how that works. Hope you have fun with this, and hope this allows you to see that it's relatively easy to make a very simple medical scribe using the current Medgemma model, and maybe an advanced step you may want to actually try using different models. So Have a great day, and hope you have fun.